everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use string gel. Right, so there are a couple of different ways that you can use string gel. One way is to apply it quite thin, and if you can see it's got quite a honey-like consistency. Similar to PVA but a little bit stronger. It has a little bit of more of a structure to it than PVA does. So I'll just apply some down on the paper, just however you want. You could quite easily do some Jackson Pollock-esque kind of paintings with this stuff. It is quite an interesting medium to use. So that's one way to use it. And then what will happen is when you apply paint over the top or inks over the top, that will come through and it'll stay transparent, so you'll have the wash of colour with this texture coming straight through the paint. The next thing you can do is you can mix it with paint and ink. Okay, so I've got some Liquitex ink that I'm going to mix up with the gel string. And the good thing about using ink is that it's quite concentrated, so you only need a little bit in and it won't change the consistency of the gel string too much. But the more ink you put in, the stronger the colour will be, and obviously the less ink, the more transparent it will end up. And then you can just sprinkle that on in lines again. It is quite strange material to use, but you can make some interesting patterns and techniques and textures with the stuff. It'd be nice for detail on larger paintings, but it'd also be quite good for quite abstract paintings as well. And then you can also mix the string gel with acrylic paint, and you don't have to use the same brand either. I'm just using a System 3 green paint with it. What you'll find is with the acrylic paint, when you mix that together, it'll stay quite thick, and I find it's quite hard to manage, whereas the ink makes it slightly more flexible and a little bit more runny. But with acrylic paint, it stays quite firm, but it's still manageable. You can still use it and it still looks nice. You just need more paint, and it ends up costing you more money, whereas with ink it's a little cheaper. Right. And then again, just kind of do some strings with it. It is similar to PVA, but with PVA what you'll find is it'll just kind of spread out. It won't maintain the structure, it won't maintain the strings or anything like that. Whereas with this stuff, it kind of dries quite plasticky and hard, and it maintains that structure. Whereas PVA tends to just go into one big blob. So that's what it looks like at the moment. But I did one earlier on, and I'll bring that through and show you what we can do with this one here. Right, so this is one I did earlier, and as you can see, it's got a really nice texture and it's maintained. I don't know if you can see it on here. It's maintained that texture, so it's got a really nice kind of bumpy feel to it. And this is similar to a glue gun, when you get the glue kind of off it, and you could do strings with that. So that's very similar to that. And then, like I said before, what you can do with this is you can add a wash of colour over the top. And it all just kind of shows through. Kind of gives a waxy like effect. I'll show you a bit closer up. So yeah, you've got like a relief, and then you've got the inks filled in the paper, but you've got the space there where the string gel's been, and that'll stay transparent. It'll stay whatever colour is underneath because it doesn't have any colour to it. So that will be an interesting thing to play around with and experiment with and see what you can come up with too. And that's the basics on how you use string gel. Obviously you can use it with inks, acrylic paint. I wouldn't use it with any other kind of paint, no oils or watercolours or anything like that. I don't think it'll work very well. You're more than welcome to try it, but I can't imagine it'll work well for you. I did create a painting which was about an hour's worth of footage, and I'll add it up next. Obviously it's sped up because I don't want you watching an hour-long version of me painting. Should be bored out of your mind. So I'll speed that up and I'll show that next, and then I'll meet you at the end. This is the finished painting. It's not quite dry yet, but it's almost there. I just don't want to pick it up to ruin it. And as you can see, You've got all that kind of texture there, which is super cool. And again, the difference between PVA and this stuff is the fact that when they mix together, they don't kind of all go into like a big blob. It maintains this structure with it. Obviously, I've painted the base with a gloss beforehand and primed it. But yeah, you can see how it's kind of maintained its structure along, and that's what's the interesting thing about this medium, is the fact that it can withstand kind of merging with one another and turning into a giant blob of paint. They lay on top of each other quite nicely, and it's just really fun to use as well. Takes quite a while, but it was fun to do. And hopefully now you know how to use string gel. I know it does have some other names, such as a gel medium and whatnot, but regardless of kind of the brand of string gel that you'll get, they all pretty much do the same thing. And they might have different kind of formulas and whatnot, but they're very similar. And it's a super easy thing to use, and you get some really nice textures, really nice effects. You could do quite a lot with it, so just have fun, enjoy it. I will drop some links down below in the description on where I've got my products from, the string gel, the inks, the paint. Give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use string gel. Oh wait there, one sec. No, stop. Right, try again. And that's pretty much the basics of how you use string gel. I did create a painting. It's about an hour's worth of footage, but I've condensed it into a smaller balls. Oh, why can't I talk? Right, again. And that's how you, no, start again. I will drop all of, give the, no,